Don't know me. My name is Michelle Pickett. I'm a partner at PwC in Toronto, Canada, and I'm the outgoing chair of Iwork. I want to thank you all for coming out this morning and showing your support for these amazing young women and Rising Star semi-finalists. We usually present the Rising Star Award at our fall conference. And while it's disappointed that we can't be together in person today, it was wonderful to see all of your faces on screen before we started, and it'll be great to have an opportunity to network at the end. A quick agenda for this morning's event. After my introduction, we will present our Rising Star semi-finalists and our Rising Star for 2020. Following which, incoming chair for 2021, Leza Blanco, will conclude our ceremonies and lead us into the networking session. So without further ado, let's discuss our Rising Star Award. Iwork's Rising Star Award recognizes an Iwork member with less than 8 years of practice in insolvency and restructuring who has made a marked difference in or an exceptional contribution to Iwork. The Rising Star Award recognizes someone who has been promoting or contributing to Iwork at the local, national, or international level, whether through the network or Iwork International Board, working on committees, spearheading events, etc. The Rising Star Award recognizes an Iwork member who has shown exceptional leadership. The Rising Star Award presentation is actually one of my favorite award ceremonies. The recognition of our Rising Star semi-finalists reinforces the importance and value of our commitment to providing leadership opportunities to young women. Iwork provides early leadership opportunities for its members at the local and national levels, and our members demonstrate their leadership skills and appreciation by their commitment and contribution to Iwork. We are here today to recognize these young leaders and Rising Star for their commitment and contribution to Iwork. So let's meet our Rising Star semi-finalists. Carrie Ann?
Hi. So our first Rising Star semi-finalist is Isabel Arana. Isabel has been actively involved with Iwork over the past 4 years. Initially, she joined as a member of the Chicago network and has since taken on board positions of increasing responsibility. First in Chicago as communications co-chair, and now in New York as the sponsorship and membership chair. Since transferring to the New York network in 2018, Isabel has shown exceptional leadership by leading the network's annual fundraising efforts and serving as the main point of contact for sponsors and new members. Through her efforts during the past 2 years, Isabel has raised over $100,000 in sponsorship support from nearly 30 different sponsors, several of which are new supporters to the network. She's in regular contact with all of the network sponsors to make sure they maximize their benefits, working diligently with her contacts to figure out relevant and effective content for the newsletters and marketing materials, and ensuring sponsor engagement and presence at events, which is always a very important thing. She builds strong relationships with her contacts at sponsoring firms and other members, which has been key to firms renewing their sponsorships over the past year. During her time as membership chair, Isabel worked to introduce junior colleagues and others new to the industry to the Iwork community. She is constantly promoting the network's events and facilitating connections between members. She personally follows up with new members to make sure they feel welcomed and can make the most of their membership. This, along with the outstanding programming and work from the rest of the New York board, helped grow their membership base to over 170 members. In addition, Isabel is an up-and-coming leader at AlixPartners, and she is looked to by colleagues for mentorship and guidance. She's a co-lead of our Women's Employee Resource Group, which has a membership of over 500 people worldwide. She's built a strong network through Iwork and consequently promotes the benefits of Iwork among her more junior colleagues. She works with them to take advantage of the networking and development opportunities offered, getting new members to join along the way. She is also generous with her own networking and introduces contacts, colleagues, and clients to help new members feel connected and included. She's an active promoter of Iwork events within our firm and within our network, helping to drive member and sponsor participation and engagement from her colleagues who are just starting out in the industry. I am so very pleased to recognize Isabel Arana as one of our 2020 Rising Star semi-finalists. And at this point, I believe I'll turn it over to Isabel to say a few words.
Thank you, Carrie Ann. You are too kind. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Michelle, Shari, and everyone who is here with us. I feel very lucky to be here today with you all. It's a great honor to be recognized by Iwork and my peers. Iwork to me has always been an incredible source of support and opportunities. I will always remember when I first joined, Alex partners in the industry, walking into my first event in Chicago, how intimidating it can be and how welcoming the group was. So I've always really appreciated that. Over the years, I have made some incredible connections with really impressive women globally. I have built friendships that are truly very special to me. I've found great mentors who have given me their time and their advice and have pushed me to grow. And all of these things have represented incredible development and business opportunities for me. So I'm truly thankful today for the recognition, but also for the opportunity to give some of that back to that group. So thank you very much for you all and for the recognition.
Well, thank you again, Isabel. I believe at this point I need to turn it over to Jen for the next introduction.
Good morning, everyone. Jennifer Kimball here, currently the Secretary of Iwork. It is my pleasure to introduce our next Rising Star Award semifinalist, Veronica Chan. Veronica is an attorney with Tanner DeWitt Solicitors in Hong Kong, where she's practiced since 2015, focusing primarily on cross-border restructurings. Veronica has worked on a number of significant high-profile representations, including acting for the majority shareholder and past chairman of Bright Oil Petroleum Holdings Limited, one of the largest private-owned oil companies in China, as well as listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. She's also acted for KPMG as the liquidators of China City Construction International Company Limited. Veronica is trilingual, being proficient in Cantonese, English, and Mandarin, all of which has aided her cross-border restructuring practice and her ability to grow the profile of Iwork in the region. In addition to this tremendous restructuring work, Veronica has served on the board of the Hong Kong network since 2017, rising through various positions, and is currently co-chair of the Hong Kong network. Leading by example, since joining the Hong Kong board, she has attended every single Hong Kong board meeting and network event in person. She's made substantial contributions to programming at the local level and more broadly across Asia. Veronica has carefully worked to ensure that Iwork provides comprehensive and varied programming to its members, including opportunities for technical growth, mental health and active wellness events, and various networking opportunities, all of which have built the profile and membership in and sponsorship of the Hong Kong network. In addition to her leadership skills, she served the network well, guiding it through a difficult year that's ensured Hong Kong members remain connected to the network and have a wide variety of engaging programming opportunities. She's also had the foresight to consider succession planning during her time as co-chair, ensuring that there's new blood and a diversity of ideas on the Iwork Hong Kong board. As stated by one of our nominators, Veronica has been a pivotal member of the board throughout her almost 4-year term. She's brought great energy and enthusiasm to her various board positions, as well as consistent and reliable leadership. She's conscious of collaborating with the wider Iwork organization and the benefit this brings to the members of the Hong Kong network. She's also helped to enhance the professional status of women in insolvency and restructuring through, for example, providing platforms for female speakers and panelists at events, and she exemplifies this in her own approach and participation in industry events. Veronica's devotion and contributions to Iwork are exceptional, and she is certainly worthy of this recognition. At this time, I would like to say congratulations to Veronica Chan, one of our 2020 Iwork Rising Star semi-finalists. And at this point in time, Veronica, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Jennifer. First of all, thank you for selecting me as one of the 5 semi-finalists for the 2020 Rising Star Award. When Michelle rang me in September, I wondered why, a little bit shocked. It was in the morning in Hong Kong at about 11 a.m. So imagine how late it was for Michelle. And when she brought me the good news, I was stunned, I guess. And then I had a flashback on my mind, didn't know how to respond to that. As Jennifer pointed out, I've been involved with Iwork for almost 4 years now, since I've joined Tanner DeWitt in Hong Kong. I would also like to thank the firm for the continued support for Iwork. I've seen many wonderful female around who have displayed extraordinary commitment and contributions to promote Iwork's goal and professional status of women in the insolvency and restructuring industry at both local and international levels. These women have set positive examples to us. Those who have received various awards in the industry have also certainly become role models to many of us. I would not have thought that my turn will come so soon. This is not the first time I've been nominated for this award, but I finally made it to the second round this time. So I would like to use this opportunity to thank my co-chair, Katrina Lim, and Vice Chair, Michaela Lam, for putting together my nomination. They make me sound like I'm 100 times better person, but they say that, oh, they've only put on what I've done on papers. So thank you to both of them. I'm sure you have heard many people telling you how challenging this year has been from every aspect. I'm no different. I can say that it was not easy to be the co-chair for the past 2 years in Hong Kong. We had event venues closed down the week before the event was scheduled, and yet I've used plural here. We had an outbreak of social activities last year in Hong Kong, and last but not least, the pandemic this year affecting the whole wide world. These acts are out of our control, and they changed all our usual schedule and plans, putting events coordination into a complete halt. There are more difficult executive decisions to make than ever, and the pressure was on. I may not have any words of wisdom to share at this moment as to how I overcome these challenges, but I would say keep going and move forward. Be brave, be creative, be bold. Be supportive to each other, particularly women in our industry, because you will only receive if you give. Somehow you will reach there. Of course, I have been very lucky to have the continued support of the Hong Kong board, as well as our sister network in Asia and on the international level as well. I'm extremely delighted and humbled that my achievements are being recognized, and I will try my best to continue to grow and rise and help others to rise as well. It is a great pleasure that I'm able to join this event tonight or this morning to most of you. And congratulations to the fellow 2020 Rising Star finalists. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Veronica. Congratulations. Next, I believe is Michelle, or is it Karen? I don't have the schedule in front of me. Margie, thank you.
Thank you, Jen. And I have the pleasure of, first of all, I'm Margie Kaufman. I am the Finance Director for Iwork for this year. And I have the pleasure to introduce Elizabeth Deshawn. Liz is an associate at Roberts and Stevens in North Carolina, and she is part of the Carolinas network. Liz is an associate who focuses her practice on creditor representations and bankruptcy matters. Following law school, Liz served as judicial law clerk for the Honorable Rich Leonard, the Honorable Stephanie Humrick House, and the Honorable Thomas Small, each a United States bankruptcy judge for the Eastern District of North Carolina. Prior to joining Roberts and Stevens, Liz was an associate in the Atlanta and Chicago offices of another major law firm where she represented distressed companies, secured lenders, equity holders, and buyers in court and out of court restructurings and workouts. Liz has advised clients on various aspects of restructurings, including asset sales, mergers, refinancings, Chapter 11 bankruptcy filings. Liz has worked tirelessly through to help the inaugural Iwork at Blue Ridge, which unfortunately did not happen. But she was the boots on the ground coordinating hotels, seminar space, and dinners. And during that time, Liz was in her 3rd trimester with her baby and still managed to organize a fantastic event. But not for COVID, the seminar would have gone off without a hitch, thanks to Liz. Liz has been a huge contributor in the Carolinas network and has gone above and beyond the call of duty to bring that network together. At this time, I'm happy to announce Liz Dechant as a 2020 Rising Star Semi-Finalist.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank the board for the hard work in putting this presentation together. It's truly an honor for me to be named a Rising Star Semi-Finalist, along with all of these other such talented women. Recognition from Iwork is particularly meaningful to me, having been a member of both of the Atlanta, the Georgia, Chicago, and now the Carolinas chapter of the organization. It's particularly meaningful because of the members who make up the organization. In addition to the incredible referrals that I've gotten along the way, I really have made some great friendships and mentorships. The women of the Carolinas chapter have welcomed me with open arms, and have been tireless sources of encouragement as I've made changes in my career, and also encouraging me to dive in on the planning of the Iwork and the Blue Ridge seminar, Blue Ridge Mountain seminar, which hopefully we will be able to bring back here soon. The way that Iwork women make space for other women is one of the most encouraging and inspiring things that I've taken from my work here with the group. As an attorney at the beginning of her career, it's really refreshing to me to see how we all support each other, and seeing other women set goals for themselves professionally at various aspects of their career, whether it's becoming a bankruptcy judge, making partner, making a change. That's been very inspiring as a young attorney. And to be able to celebrate those successes is such a joy, and something that it's an unexpected treasure of this group that I didn't foresee when I joined. So I continue to work. I continue looking forward to working with Iwork, to expanding our reach in the Carolinas and worldwide. And it's such an honor to be named as a Rising Star Semi-Finalist. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Liz. And now I'm going to turn it over to Karen Fellows to announce our next 2020 Rising Star Semi-Finalist.
Thanks, Margie, and congratulations to all the semi-finalists who have been announced so far. I have the honor of introducing the next semi-finalist, who is Beatrice Faneca from Sao Paulo, Brazil. So Beatrice is a lawyer working in Sao Paulo and is a founding member and the chair of Iwork Brazil. She had 2 nominations, which described her as the glue that holds the network together and Brazil's #1 doer and actor. And when I read about all the efforts Beatrice has made to get Iwork Brazil off the ground and make it such a success, I was truly impressed. This is a woman who not only believes in what she does, she puts her beliefs into action. So some of the examples of what she did to launch the Brazil network and make it a success include the fact that she would be actively involved in organizing events, just in setting up the network. I know what a challenge it can be to set up a new network in a foreign jurisdiction. And Beatrice was a huge part of that, including doing the unglamorous job of navigating the red tape and bureaucracy involved in setting up a network like this, setting up the bank account, doing that sort of nitty-gritty work that is so important to get a network off the ground and be successful. And more than that, she took a leadership role, and she was the one who actively involved women from many different cities across Brazil and convinced them to be part of these events, and in fact organized a delegation of judges and lawyers to attend some Iwork events in the United States. including going so far as to making travel arrangements and booking an Airbnb so that the judges and the delegations in Brazil could travel to Washington effectively. There's a section in the nomination form that talks about whether the nominee has made an extraordinary contribution to Iwork. And I believe Beatrice has made an extraordinary contribution. I've been practicing as a lawyer for many years now, and I know there are certain crossroads in a woman attorney's career or professional's career where they might be asked to make choices between loyalties. And I'm told that in Beatrice's case, she chose Iwork because the firm that she was with when she originally got involved with Iwork was supporting Iwork activities. And then there came to be a point where they asked her to step down from her Iwork activities. Beatrice instead took the position that her loyalties and her beliefs in the future of her career and the benefits that Iwork could bring her led her to choose Iwork. And so she left that firm, continued her work with Iwork, and has started her own firm as a solo practice. And I understand that she's using the connections she's made with Iwork to build that practice into a success. I'm very inspired by Beatrice's story, and I'm very proud to announce her as one of the Rising Star Semi-Finalists for this year. Beatrice, could you say a few words?
Thank you, Karen. Morning, all. I'd like to start by saying how honored I am to be among the Rising Star Semi-Finalists alongside such qualified professionals and inspiring women. Iwork has changed my life for the best, both professionally and personally. It opened career doors, opportunities, and most of all, it gave me what I was seeking the most, references. Reference of committed, competent women in leadership. People to look up to learn from, to be mentored by. We all know that it's not an easy task to battle the fights of usual career development. And we all know that it's more likely to add up to discard the struggles of being a woman in a man's world. However, through Iwork networking, we are made stronger, more confident, and supported throughout this journey. I'm grateful that my good friend and co-semi-finalist, Nana Miller, has introduced and invited me to be a part of this institution, and that our upcoming chair, Lisa Blanco, has guided me into strengthening Iwork in Brazil. Being a part of Iwork is being a part of a sky full of stars. Thank you.
Thank you, Beatrice, and congratulations. Next, we have Lisa Blanco, who will introduce our last semi-finalist.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa Blanco. I'm a shareholder with Secure Law in Miami, Florida, and I'm also chair-elect of Iwork this year. And I will be presenting our last finalist. I want to first congratulate Isabelle, Veronica, Liz, and Bia on this huge honor of being named an Iwork semi-finalist. Congratulations to you, and thank you for all your service. I'm privileged this year to present this year's award, as I've had the opportunity to see this year's winner grow and demonstrate what we can expect from her in years to come. This year's Rising Star Award winner has been active in Iwork locally, nationally, and internationally. As part of the Florida network, she has attended local events and national conferences. A true trailblazer, she was actively involved in getting the Brazil network off the ground in 2018 and has supported its members and leadership in local, regional, and international programs and events. On a local level, she has helped the Florida network organize a networking and exchange event in Miami between Florida and Brazilian members. Working with the Florida and Brazil networks, this year's winner established a Call Pals network program, a modern pen pal initiative, helping Brazil's members who were concerned with their English language skills were not sufficient to adequately engage in professional conversations. A true example, this project of Iwork's mission to help and empower women in the industry. Appointed as the inaugural Latin America Regional Director on Iwork's International Board in 2020, she was also recently instrumental in getting the America Latina Network established this year, a difficult feat which has taken coordination of ladies from at least 8 different countries in the Latin America area, including Panama, Guatemala, Uruguay, Dominican Republic, Colombia, Chile, and Mexico. Just a few weeks ago, I was honored to present the Iwork Florida Emerging Leader Award to our Rising Star, recognizing her for contributions as an emerging leader of the Florida network. This Rising Star has many fans, beginning with me, these fans span across several Iwork networks who have been touched by her hand and hard work and dedication. We are all appreciative of all her efforts to grow Iwork and its mission across the globe. You may have already guessed this year's award winner. And without further ado, I'm honored to present this year's Iwork International Rising Star Award for 2020 to my Secure Law colleague, Nayana Miller. It's been a pleasure to see your strength and dedication to the organization and your professional growth and development in the past 2 years, Nayana. You are truly a portrait of what Iwork had in mind in its Rising Star. The sky is your limit, and I'm so, so proud of you. Congratulations for your hard work and commitment. And on behalf of Iwork, thank you for continuing our mission and helping our core values in promoting women throughout the world. Congratulations. Nayana?
Such a group of accomplished women. And it's particularly inspiring to be recognized by a group that has meant so much to me and to the growth of my career and to my personal growth over these last few years. So I recently joined Iwork at Leiza's suggestion. I say recently, I guess it's been a few years now. And I was immediately, as one of my friends in Brazil said, bitten by the little Iwork bug. The bug must have given me some sort of terrible Zika-like fever because I still have not recovered. And in my Iwork frenzy, I have met many great colleagues, made many lasting friendships, and been inspired by so many women who have accomplished so much in our profession. Like Beatrice said in her speech just now, in her remarks, what we as young women in the profession are always looking for are references, right? Living examples of what it means to be a successful woman in this profession. And Iwork is filled with women of reference. So, you know, I'm very thankful to all the women first in the Florida network who welcomed me with open arms, but then women in Brazil who were inspired just by the idea of having Iwork and who were so inspired that they were willing to work with me to make that idea a reality in Brazil. And more recently, just since the pandemic began, we've been able to organize in Latin America. And, you know, in a strange kind of way, the pandemic has given us the opportunity to bring women together from multiple countries, to put us all face to face on Zoom meetings at regular intervals in a way that we probably would not have been able to accomplish before the pandemic. And so I'm just so thankful that the women in Latin America have also embraced the idea of being part of Iwork and have been so generous with their time and so patient with the process of growing Iwork in their region. So I'm very thankful for the opportunity to participate in Iwork and to give back to a community that has given me so much.
I don't know what to do. Congratulations.
Thank you, Leiza. Thank you, everyone. Yes.
Lisa, can we ask the 5 Rising Stars to turn on their video so we can get a group shot of all 5 of them on the screen?
Excellent. I think everyone else should turn theirs off.
Liza, I think you need to turn your video over to Nyana, because right now I just have you. There we go.
Your viewer full panel.
All right. There we go. Smile, everybody. Yeah, you know I'm posting this. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Such a strange circumstance to take pictures of our finalists on little squares on TV, but we've made this happen incredibly. So very grateful for being able to do this, even if it's a little different than what we're used to. I'd like to say a few words as we end this year for Iwork, and I'd like to really begin by thanking our outgoing chair, Michelle Pickett, for all that she has done for Iwork this year, and to congratulate her for all that she has accomplished over the last year. Michelle, I don't see you, but I know you're there. You've been able to maneuver Iwork through an unprecedented year, and you have been an amazing chair. It has been an honor for me to serve on your board this year and to learn from you throughout all these years. I hope to follow in your footsteps as we forge into the new year and see our way out of this COVID pandemic into this brave new world of ours. I know I can count on your support as we lead Iwork through and out of these challenging times. It will take a collective effort to see this through, and I'm counting on you. The world is very different now than it was at the same time last year. 2020 has been a whirlwind of change and new challenges. Iwork faced these head on and persevered and adapted to this new normal with the support of Shari Bedker. Shari has always been Iwork's behind the scenes MVP, a consummate professional and a solid and stabilizing influence for Iwork each year. But this year, she's undoubtedly risen to every challenge, pivoting when necessary to help us steer Iwork through this tumultuous year onto a nearly all virtual environment. And now onto a hybrid environment, as you can see. These challenges will seemingly bleed into 2021, as we will likely have to pivot once again into a new normal, hybrid, or whatever it is that 2021 has in store. I could not think of anyone else that I would want in our corner in order to face these challenges. Thank you, Shari, for all that you do for Iwork. And 2021, fire away. We are ready. It's often said that change is opportunity. Through the chaos of 2020, Iwork has found a silver lining. In converting our events to virtual format, we have found an invaluable tool to help us in our mission to connect women worldwide. Thank you, COVID, for uncovering for us this extra arrow in our quiver. As Iwork's first Hispanic chair, I pledge this year to drive our focus on diversity and inclusion, to further the support of Iwork and our mission and core values. With our collective goal of building meaningful relationships, the virtual age will allow us to do so in an all-embracing manner. Today, I'm honored and privileged to be given the responsibility to continue to carry out Iwork's mission of empowerment and promotion of women in the insolvency and restructuring profession worldwide, a mission that is near and dear to my heart. I'd like to thank the Executive Board for this opportunity. You are an exceptional group and among my dearest friends. Thank you for entrusting me to lead Iwork. To my partners and colleagues at Secours Law, thank you for your encouragement and support. And to my family for supporting me and all things Iwork all these years. And last but not least, to Jenny Diaz, my right hand, who helps me keep it all together and allows me to take on these roles and practice law at the same time. I hope you will all join me as we continue and forge forward this coming year. Be connected, be informed, and be inspired with the excitement for Iwork as we continue on this journey together, promoting women worldwide. In 2021, bring it on. Thank you, everyone. And now we will have a networking session for 20 minutes. The breakout rooms will automatically send you into each of those breakout rooms. It will last for 20 minutes, and then it will